Tonight on DC News Now, a Confederate statue toppled years ago will rise again in DC.
Is disrespectful as an African American, and I think that him doing that is kind of a slap in the face.
The reaction from neighbors in Northwest.
Virginia's governor wants Fairfax County's top prosecutor to be investigated. They say he's failed to keep families safe.
Every judge, every doctor determined that she was incompetent.
A Maryland mother re-indicted in the murders of her 2 children who disappeared more than a decade ago. Why Catherine Hoggle is now being charged again.
We'll be watching as clouds build in overnight tonight and stick around for much of the week. The latest details and timing coming up.
A pungent smell is set to draw visitors to the Botanic Garden, all for a whiff of that stench coming from the blooming corpse flower.
You're watching the station covering all of the DMV. This is DC News Now.
Hi, everyone. Thank you for joining us tonight for DC News Now at 9 o'clock. I'm Chris Flanagan.
And I'm Susan Tran. Virginia's governor wants an investigation into Fairfax County's top prosecutor.
Yeah, so this follows an attempted kidnapping when a man is accused of trying to take a small child from a mall. And just days earlier, he was in jail facing charges for other crimes. DC News Now's Max Marcilla joining us live tonight outside the Fairfax County Courthouse.
And Max, what's the governor saying here?
Well, Chris and Susan, Governor Youngkin is saying that the Fairfax County Commonwealth's attorney, Steve Descano, isn't keeping the largest county here in Virginia safe. He's using this case as an example to try and prove that, saying Fairfax County parents should be horrified. But this is a complex case. We went inside the courthouse earlier today, pulled dozens of court records to get the full story. This video shared by Fairfax County Police shows what must have been a terrifying moment for 2 parents.
There was a community member walking by. They would have never thought anything strange about it, the way he just picked the child up and carried her away.
The dad was watching his 3-year-old daughter and her sibling inside the play area of the Fair Oaks Mall. The mom was in J.C.
Just walks up behind the child, approaches the child, to which the child turns around. He picks the child up.
The criminal complaint says this man, 26-year-old Andres Caceres Haldin, was holding the girl in his arms inside JCPenney when the mom saw him and got her daughter back. He says he was trying to find the child's parents. This incident has led to immense criticism of Steve Descano, Fairfax County's Commonwealth's attorney. Virginia Governor Glenn Youngkin is calling for an investigation. He says there is a shocking and unforgivable pattern in Fairfax County of releasing criminals back onto Virginia's streets instead of keeping them behind bars. Just 16 days before the alleged attempted abduction, Caceres Haldin was driving and hit 2 people walking here in the parking lot of the shops at Fairfax. He then left the scene. Court records show one had minor injuries, the other had serious injuries. Caceres Haldin was arrested later that day, paid bail, and then just days after that, is accused of stealing a car and attempting to abduct the 3-year-old. Those are the latest in a series of arrests of Caceres Haldin, which also includes multiple assaults of family members in 2024. Those charges were dropped. Now, we asked Descano about that hit and run case, the one that happened just before the attempted abduction, and we have not heard back from his office. We've put in multiple requests for comment. We wanted to know why bond was granted in that case. Now, as for the other part of this story, the potential investigation into Descano, well, we reached out to Attorney General Jason Miyares to see if his office has started that investigation. We haven't heard back from him, but he did put out a statement on Twitter saying that his office will examine the facts and report its findings back to the public. Reporting live in Fairfax County, Max Marcilla, DC News Now.
And a really chilling video there, Max. Thanks. Meanwhile, developing tonight in Montgomery County, the high-profile case of a mother accused of killing her 2 children takes a new twist more than a decade after they vanished. Catherine Hoggle has been recharged with the murders of her toddlers. They disappeared in 2014 and have never been found. Her latest bail hearing is set for tomorrow. Hoggle was previously held at a maximum security psychiatric hospital after repeatedly deemed unfit to stand trial. She was released last month and then rearrested on Friday. Ahead at 9:30, DC News Now's Randy Bass breaks down what's next in this 11-year-old case.
All right, my friends, we are heading into Tuesday, and it has been lovely weather-wise.
It has been. So far, so good to start the work week, Jackie.
I know. I think we're trying to continue the weekend.
Right.
You know, what we had beautiful conditions over the weekend today. Not too bad, but we're going to be noticing more of those clouds building in overnight tonight and into your Tuesday. So expect a little bit more of the cloud cover compared to the day today. Temperatures out there right now gradually cooling off. We're into those upper 60s back out towards Culpeper, Orange, Winchester as well. Still holding in those upper 70s though in D.C. as well as Hagerstown. Dew points are still pretty comfortable out there. Upper 50s to low to mid 60s. We'll notice a bit more on the muggy side out there tomorrow compared to what we had over the weekend. We'll also see a bit more of the cloud cover too building in overnight tonight and into tomorrow. So we're expecting mainly cloudy skies out there tomorrow, but still relatively dry. It looks like Wednesday though still having the clouds, but a chance for a few showers out there for the middle of the week. But overnight lows tonight not quite as cool as what we started off with earlier this morning. We'll see those back into those low to mid 60s for much of the area, and tomorrow similar high temperature to the day today. But I'll have more details time about the rest of that work week forecast coming up.
Jackie, thank you. Concern in Maryland, Montgomery County leaders are calling for urgent action following a new Inspector General report that shows major gaps in background checks for school workers. Now, the review shows more than 12,000 employees are not being properly monitored, and thousands more never had the required screenings at all. The council president saying that it's unacceptable and has scheduled an oversight hearing for late September.
This is a moment. The Albert Pike Statue was toppled by protesters in June of 2020. The Confederate General's monument near the corner of 3rd and D Streets in Northwest. Now the National Park Service says it will repair and reinstall it. DC News Now's Daniel Hamburg joining us live tonight. And Daniel, a lot of people you spoke with really are upset about this.
Well, Chris, 5 years ago, the country really went through a racial reckoning after the murder of George Floyd and the nationwide protest that ensued. People I talked with today think that putting this statue back up here is a step backward in progress. Authorized by Congress in 1898 and dedicated in 1901, the bronze statue of Confederate General Albert Pike has been controversial for decades.
I think it's a disgrace because, 400 years of slavery and putting up Confederate statues as well as having the Confederate flag is disrespectful as an African American.
It's that viewpoint that caused protesters to topple the statue on June 19, 2020. But now the National Park Service says in line with President Trump's executive orders, it will restore and reinstall the statue, which honors Pike's leadership in Freemasonry.
I'd rather it not go back up.
We're not trying to go backwards, so I wouldn't want it to go back up.
Since 1992, members of the D.C. Council have called on the federal government to remove the Pike statue. For activist Jason Charter,
feels like a punch in the gut.
Charter was charged in 2020 for allegedly orchestrating the vandalism. The U.S. Attorney's Office says he was caught on video dousing the statue with flammable liquid and lighting it on fire. Those charges were later dropped.
It represents a history of genocide. It represents the history of slavery and white supremacy. This man also was a member of the KKK.
He says putting the statue back is a bad move.
We're just regressing back to, before all that blood, sweat, and tears went into the movement.
The National Park Service says preparation to repair the base will begin very shortly. They're expecting to put the statue back up in October. Meanwhile, Congresswoman Eleanor Holmes Norton says she is reintroducing her bill to remove the statue. We're live in Northwest. Daniel Hamburg, DC News Now.
Daniel, thank you. Now to a 5-decades-old murder cold case in Northern Virginia. It is finally solved. Fairfax County police have identified the body of a boy found in Lorton back in 1972, and they believe they know who killed him. They say that Vera Bryant and her boyfriend killed the 4-year-old boy, her son, and investigators found Carl's naked body in a creek and say that he had been beaten to death. He and his infant brother James, back in June of 1972, were with their mom and her boyfriend driving from Philadelphia to Virginia. Investigators believe that she and her boyfriend killed the 2 boys, but it took 53 years with new DNA technology and evidence to finally be able to identify the little boy.
See the extent of that boy's injuries and what he had suffered through. I'm happy to be here today announcing that at least we've identified him.
Investigators say mom never reported the boys missing, and the baby boy James's body has never been found. Both mom and the boyfriend have since died.
Happening tomorrow, cities and towns all across the DMV are getting ready for National Night Out. It always falls on the first Tuesday of August. It's an evening dedicated to bringing police and the community together. Officers across the region say it's really important to have this event because it leads to better communication, quicker problem solving, and stronger communities overall. And you can find a full list of National Night Out events happening in our region on our website, dcnewsnow.com. Well, the fields at RFK will remain open as the Commanders and D.C. construct that new stadium, retail, and housing on the RFK campus.
The team making that commitment last week and helping to get the first pivotal vote from D.C. council members to bring the Commanders back to the district. Also included in the plan, the deal has plans for a new indoor sportsplex. The facility will include an indoor track and gymnastics equipment and offer local athletes more access and exposure to different sports.
Right now, indoor track in D.C., you have to go to Maryland or Virginia, and we want to change that. And so with this new sportsplex, thank you, Mayor Bowser, that will be an amenity that our young people can take advantage of.
The project to convert the 180 acres into the new 65,000-seat stadium, housing, restaurants, shops, and parking, it still requires a second and that final vote, which is scheduled for September 17th.
All right, happening right now, it will soon stink in the district. And visitors to the U.S. Botanic Garden, well, they're pretty excited about the stench. It means a corpse flower is ready to bloom. Its signature scent, when that happens, is rotting meat. Ooh, yeah, indeed. The plant about 7 feet tall right now. Experts believe it'll be a full bloom anytime from now until Wednesday. So brace yourself if you smell something kind of a little pungent in the district. You might know why.
It's
in the next couple of days.
a spectacular sight,
You've been there,
Yes, it's a massive flower.
Yeah.
It stinks a little, but I think people come from everywhere
to
get a whiff.
And it only happens every few years.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of cool.
All right.